Hello, Noodle here. This is going to be a game design video. I want to talk about 3 points specifically. This video is going to be about basically routing new players in the game. You sort of want to get them to do specific stuff in the game in order for them to live longer, to play more, and generally have more fun. So the first thing I want to talk about is at the spawn of the game. I'm going to show you very soon. So you start with a wisp, which kind of falls back to the wisp hero picking from older Warcraft maps. So it's sort of a gaming trend within Warcraft. It's not something I would do in a standalone Warcraft Royale type of game. So as you can see, spawn with the wisp. You can choose your starting item here, and you can choose your starting hero. And as you can see, you can't pick a hero here, so it kind of makes players think that they have to do something. It says leave spawn area, and as you can see, the hero becomes available. And the idea behind this move, or the reason why I made it so, is because what would happen is players would spawn instantly in this area. They would just pick a hero, and I don't know if because they didn't think they could use the wisp to actually move around, but as I guess can't really pick a hero, and if they read the text, they will, start moving out. They will press every button that they haven't pressed, basically. It's sort of like how kids mess around with new things. They test everything, right? So they kind of figure out that they can move. So hopefully they start moving out. My experience with this is that they don't really move. They move about 100 meters in this game. Or well, the equivalent of that. So like maybe this distance before they spawn a hero. And that's completely fine. For me, it's all about like getting them away from other players so they don't PvP too early. Because I want them to live longer. I want them to play more. And it's kind of, you don't revive in this game, right? So I want them to sort of get a feel for the game before they start losing. They need to be able to make mistakes, I believe. But basically, if I didn't have this thing in the game, what would happen is two players like me and this computer player in this case would start battling out, and none of us would really gain anything from doing this. So, and that was my first talking point. The next one is actually the starting items. So you can see that I had a range of options, but the default one is actually the healing potion, and it's in there for a very, very specific reason. So it has 2 charges, it heals for 250, and that is because basically situations like that where players spawn close to each other and they start hitting each other, the healing potion allows players to sort of instantly rectify a mistake, because they will make a lot of mistakes early. So fighting other players early is one mistake. The other is creeping without buying units. So for example, this is something a new player will do. Let's just pretend I don't have Force of Nature, because if you have summons, creeping is actually easy. Yeah, they don't notice that you can buy units, or maybe they refuse to do it. Maybe they think solo hero is viable, but this is an RTS battle royale. Make no mistake. So basically, this is where the potion comes in. My hero is low. I've been creeping. It's very inefficient, as you can see. So maybe they start noticing that other players have been buying units, that they actually just discover upon the buildings, and maybe they've been creeping like I've been, so they notice that it's not efficient. So once they figure out that they can actually buy units, the creeping becomes actually much easier. So That is the basic premise behind this idea. Yeah, and the third talking point I want to go over is the creep camp colors. Yes, it's actually a Warcraft feature. If you press Alt R, you can see on the minimap that there are colored dots on the minimap. If you look at my arrow. Right, so this is a standard Warcraft 3 feature. But one thing I would notice is that players don't really pay attention to the crypt camp colors. And they would go into orange camps at level 1. If you do a level 9 camp as level 1 hero, it's still doable, but I mean you will almost die if it's a level 9 camp in total. But yeah, so I've added colors to all the camps, basically to just make it easier. And the benefit of it is that you can see it in the Fog of War. So players can, it's a lot better than the minimap alternative, I believe, because you just can look around the area. There's always creeps everywhere anyway, so it's not gonna be difficult to find green camps. Might be difficult to find green camps which aren't taken, but green camps make up the majority of the game. Same with orange, and there aren't as many red camps as you can see. There's much more disparity between them, basically. So yeah, this is another like thing I've done to make the game easier for noobs. Because I want them to live longer. I want them to sort of be able to make mistakes. As you can see, the green camps are not really that hard if you have even just 3 or 2 units. It's quite simple then. But yeah, anyway, that concludes this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.